Welcome to the Morning Download Podcast, your go-to resource for personal finance, economics, and market insights. In just 8 minutes a day, we provide valuable information to help you make better money decisions. Don't forget to sign up for our free newsletter at https://w.morningdownload.com. Subscribe. Let's dive right in. In today's episode, we'll cover major surprises and shocks in the earnings announcements of the biggest companies, the performance of international markets, Elon Musk's trouble, declining ad revenue for Google, AI's impact on Microsoft and Samsung, lawsuits and drops in charges against companies like Citibank and Debtbox, and the belief in the value of money according to Adam Smith.
Today, we've got some interesting news from the world of economy and finance. Let's start off with the latest updates from China and Australia. In China, things aren't looking too great at the moment. Mainland Chinese stocks have hit a 5-year low, dropping by 91%. This decline comes after manufacturing activity in China shrank for the 4th consecutive month in January. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index also took a hit, falling by 78%. It seems that this is their 6th straight month in the red. On the other side of the coin, Australia is celebrating some great news. The country's stock market is booming, as it has hit all-time record highs. To add to the positive vibes, inflation in Australia is on the decline. It came in at 2%, which is a drop from 2% in the previous quarter. This news has had a positive impact on the Australian stock market, sending it soaring. But hey, don't count China out just yet. Despite their recent struggles, they are inching closer to becoming the world's #1 car exporter, and they are hot on the heels of Japan. This could be a significant milestone for China's automotive industry. Moving on to some global news, let's talk about Saudi Arabia. Their fourth quarter real GDP fell by 7% compared to the previous year, largely due to oil cuts. It's a tough time for the oil-dependent Saudi economy. In other news, New York is suing Citibank over allegations of failing to reimburse fraud victims. They mean business when it comes to protecting consumers. Lastly, let's take a look at Europe. The continent's economic struggles continue, with zero growth recorded at the end of last year. It's a challenging time for many European countries, and there's still a lot of work to be done to get the economy back on track. Yesterday, we saw some interesting movements in the stock market as several big companies announced their earnings. Let's break it down. Microsoft had an impressive quarter, with its 5th consecutive best-ever quarterly revenue. The company attributed its success to AI, but surprisingly, the stock turned red after the bell. Google reported strong numbers with quarterly sales of $86, $3 billion, beating analysts' expectations. However, the stock slid due to declining ad revenue. Samsung, on the other hand, faced some challenges. Operating profit fell by 34%, and net profit plunged by 4% in the fourth quarter. However, the company is optimistic that AI phones will help it bounce back. Starbucks disappointed investors, mainly due to the boycott and global conflict. The company has slashed its guidance and is planning to introduce new items to boost traffic, particularly in the US. Novo Nordisk, Europe's largest company by market capitalization, outperformed expectations with its 2023 earnings. The demand for Wegovy and Ozempic is soaring, and the company is expecting a great 2024. GM had a successful year, beating expectations and seeing a rise of over 7%, despite a strike that cost them $1 billion. GM believes it will achieve record profits in 2024. Novartis missed Q4 net income expectations and extended its midterm guidance. The company anticipates sales growth of 5% per year until 2028. Today, all eyes are on Boeing as it reports its fourth quarter results, amidst the 737 MAX 9 crisis. Wall Street analysts predict an adjusted loss per share of 78 cents and revenue of $21, $1 billion. With the stock already down 20% year-to-date, a disappointing report could further impact its performance. In addition to the earnings reports, there are some concerning developments for workers. UPS is reducing its workforce by 12,000. PayPal plans to fire 9% of its employees, and Walmart is expected to become more affordable due to an upcoming split. So there's some interesting news in the crypto world. The SEC, the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, has decided to drop its lawsuit against Debtbox, a crypto company. But here's the kicker. They're doing this because the court threatened them with sanctions for being a little dishonest. Let's give you some background. The SEC accused DebtBox of running a huge, fraudulent crypto scheme worth $49 million, all under the guise of being a software mining license provider. The SEC took some serious action in August, freezing DebtBox's assets with a restraining order. They were worried that the company might try to escape to the UAE after moving $720,000 overseas. But here's where things took an unexpected turn. Judge Robert Shelby, the one overseeing the case, had a change of heart. He realized that the SEC had misrepresented the situation. You see, that $720,000 transfer? Turns out it happened within the US, not overseas. Oops! Judge Shelby wasn't too pleased with the SEC's misleading behavior, so he ordered them to explain themselves. The SEC, probably to avoid further embarrassment, decided to ask the court to dismiss the case without prejudice. This means that they could potentially reopen the case in the future. So, I came across this really interesting quote today, and I just had to share it with you. It's from Adam Smith, who you might know as one of the most influential economists of all time. He said, "All money is a matter of belief." Now, when I first read this, it got me thinking, money really is just a concept, isn't it? It's something that we all collectively agree has value. But at the end of the day, it's really just a piece of paper or some digits on a screen. It only has value because we believe it does. Think about it. If tomorrow everyone suddenly stopped believing in the value of money, it would become useless. We'd be back to a barter system, trading goods and services directly. The whole concept of money would crumble. So what Adam Smith is saying here is that money is a product of our collective belief in its value. It's almost like a social construct. It's not some inherently valuable thing, but rather something that we've all agreed to treat as valuable. It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it. So, let me leave you with this thought. The next time you see that stack of cash in your wallet or check your bank account balance, remember that its value is really just a matter of belief.
In this episode, we discuss the biggest companies' earnings announcements, international market updates, Elon Musk's trouble, and the impact of AI on various industries, while also covering notable stories such as Chinese stocks hitting a 5-year low and the SEC dropping a lawsuit against a crypto company. Additionally, we explored the concept of money's value according to Adam Smith. Thanks for tuning into the Morning Download, your go-to podcast for personal finance, economics, and market insights in just 8 minutes a day. Don't forget to subscribe for more helpful content and sign up for our free newsletter at morningdownload.com/subscribe.